Hey guys, so today I'm going to discuss with you a project that I think is really overlooked in the QUBIC ecosystem because there hasn't been a lot of talk about it lately, but I think this one is a big deal and it's called My Last Match, and it is the first computer game that's been built on the QUBIC network and it's pretty much ready to go as far as I know. I think it's in beta at the moment, but we're going to have to see how long it'll take till it's fully launched. But I'm going to explain some details about this computer game in this video. Let's get into it. So yeah, guys, so this game is being developed by a group that developed this game called Wicked Days. So as we can see, the team behind My Last Match has experience releasing the game Wicked Days. It's a survival game that was released in 2021. It's a tactical command game, and these prior projects demonstrate their ability to deliver completed games and have laid the groundwork for their vision with My Last Match. Also, as far as I know, Come From Beyond is involved in the development of this game and has worked on games like this in the past. As this video goes on, I don't even know where I'm going to slice them in, but as I edit it, I'll edit in some clips from that game, Wicked Days. So it won't be from My Last Match, but it'll be from the Wicked Days game from around 2021. I presume My Last Match is going to use a similar engine, and I'm guessing My Last Match will look similar to it, but probably a bit more advanced looking considering the number of years that have passed since 2021. So what the real finished My Last Match game will look like. So it's going to be a unified real-time world. And this is where this gets exciting because this starts explaining the bigger picture of what could happen with My Last Match and QUBIC. So a thing that really stands out about My Last Match will be the scope. Instead of splitting players into separate groups of servers, the goal is to create one big interconnected world where up to 50,000 people can interact at once. Now that's huge, 50,000 people interacting at once. The technology behind this is expected to be impressive. 50 milliseconds latency will ensure actions happen almost instantly and every decision will affect everyone else. So this game is going to be updating in real time. So I'm guessing someone dies, it'll update for the whole game in real time, or ownership of something passes, it'll update for everyone in real time. As it goes on to say here, My Last Match won't just be another post-apocalyptic game. Its mechanics will reflect the gritty realism of survival. Set in the 90s, the game world incorporates challenges like gasoline degradation, which makes only diesel vehicles viable. Safe houses act as lifelines for trade, crafting, and protection. The map is richly detailed, featuring diverse locations like city centres, villages, and forests, each with strategic challenges for players to overcome. Then there's going to be safe houses, which are just a place that people can buy these, and a lot of stuff happens with safe houses. I don't want to jump into too much detail on that, but it's quite interesting. You can actually trade all these on the QUBIC network now. So there's going to be psychological gameplay to this. So survival in My Last Match will include psychological challenges through mares and dementals. Mares will haunt the darkness, causing players to lose sanity when nearby. This will force reliance on light, but light sources will also attract dementals, humans driven insane by fear and influence of mares. Dementals will retain rudimentary intelligence, making them dangerous but also valuable sources of loot. And blah blah blah. But it's just giving you an idea of what the game will entail. So key highlights: in-game transactions. All transactions from purchases to rewards are made using the QUBIC coins. So QUBIC will be the coin used in this network, and as people make purchases, there will obviously be burns of QUBIC coin. This will obviously create demand for the QUBIC coin as well. Asset ownership. Players truly own their assets, which can be traded, transferred, or sold with validation on-chain. And I guess this will be considered NFTs on the network. Multiplayer interactions. From competitive matches to collaborative quests, MLM creates endless possibilities for player interaction. So it's going to be, a multiplayer game with 50,000 people online playing at one time, which is insane. MLM will boast a player-driven crafting system with community-contributed recipes. From survival tools to portable shelters, crafting will be essential for progress. So, this is just going to be the in-game economy. It's going to use QUBIC's currency and it will be seamlessly integrated with the broader blockchain system. And this is a post I wrote a while back about this. I said this to me, is way bigger than just one game. My Last Match computer game alone is more interesting than what most projects are working on. But I think My Last Match is a way more important purpose. Think about it. Why would CFB decide to prioritize a computer game as one of the first projects to build on QUBIC? Well, what is a computer game? A computer game is generally a simulation of real life, and My Last Match is a simulated world. So if My Last Match if things in the game of My Last Match works, what does that mean, considering it's a simulated world? Well, it means that in theory, that the theory used in My Last Match can be applied to the real world. Smart contracts can be executed in the real world just like they are in My Last Match. Trades can occur in the real world just like they do in My Last Match. Real world ownership can be reflected on-chain through NFTs just as it is in My Last Match. And QUBIC can scale to serve the needs of the world in real time just like it does in My Last Match. Well, I mean, My Last Match is only going to have 52,000 users initially, and there's billions of people in the world. So I guess that remains to be seen, but I'm thinking as the RAM power increases on the QUBIC network, that it could scale to something like the needs of the world, but time will tell on that. This should attract many developers to build in QUBIC when they realize what the network is capable of. So this is a real case of a proof of concept. CFB has a plan that he's executing on, and it's going to be fun seeing this play out. And just this is a point about CFB, is that he has been working on things like this for a long time. So he said, I've been working in game development since 1997, and you can even find some of his game dev related articles dated by the last century. At some point, 2004, he switched to MMO games, which is massive multiplayer online games. The performance of MMOG engines didn't satisfy me even after I tried to squeeze every ounce from it, from what it had. I moved from operating system level closer to the silicon, so bare metal OS and UEFI, which obviously now we know is the programming standard that I use to program QUBIC, so QUBIC can work out bare metal. But it only made obvious the fact that instant processing events in distributed environment is impossible. Jin is launched to provide a way to come to close to the limits of the world as possible. So Jin was a project. I don't even think this exists anymore, but Jin, he spent a long time, spent years on it. And basically, I think Jin now is not being worked on, but what that's become is what he's building on QUBIC. And I think that QUBIC is something that encompasses Jin and all these things. And My Last Match is going to be the first version of what it seemed like he was going to build on Jin, but now he's actually building on QUBIC, which is exciting. So I'm still waiting to see the launch of this game. I mean, I don't think they still have any launch date for the completed version. They're still working on it, getting everything sorted with it, but it's going to be exciting to see when it launches, and it could be huge. Time will tell, but it could be huge. So yeah, that's going to be something to look forward to. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today. I'll see you all on the outside.